feel good. Hey, yo, I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah. Beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
What I do? Lace up my shoes, chase W's. Great colored coops. Oh no, I can't be number 2. MVP the league most valuable. They sweet as apple juice. Talking trophies, I done grabbed a few. Can't match this attitude. I wear my heart on my sleeve, please. I move like the wind, can't catch this breeze, freeze. Stop you in your tracks, there's not no...
Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is Thursday Night Football on EA Sports. We are just moments away from kickoff, and we've got a good one on tap between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Green Bay Packers. I'll see you again at halftime as we preview some of the action coming up on Sunday. But for now, it's Thursday Night Football. And on the call, as always, it's Brandon Godden.
Time to set the old turducken aside and get ready for football as here we go on a Thanksgiving night. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again, Rodgers. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. A loss of 8 that time, and it brings up 3rd down.
What a catch and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player?
The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play-action sack. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. A very good starting field position from the Bengals here as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing on first down. Fowler. He finds Ross right side. It's complete. A gain of 6 there on first.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
On first down, Fowler escaping the pressure right. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Hey, Delta. Check 26.
On 2nd down now, it's McBride. And a loose football. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
318. Here we go. All day. Defense. All day.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Rodgers. And this is going to double their room to maneuver, able to get it from the 5 to the 10-yard line. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that, because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
To throw is Rodgers. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. You know, a week ago was one of the best defensive performances I've ever seen. He had 5 sacks. Here we go again.
And he's the type of player that'll keep an offensive staff up all week trying to figure out how to slow him down. But at some point, they just have to take account of themselves and say, I've got to get bodies in front of him so he doesn't disrupt our offense totally.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker, defense.
They knew they were going to have great field position, went all out, got a little too aggressive.
And you have to understand your angles. They're cut down. When they're that backed up, you've got to be careful going after them.
Rodgers going to throw. And he will find the open man as Jamon Moore. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Looking left side, and he's got Sternberger. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. This ball complete to the tight end, Sweeney. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Continuing to steadily move the ball down the field. Not big play after big play, but these moderate gains getting him first downs.
And you know what they add up to, right? If you continue that pace and you continue to move it downfield, they add up into 6 points. That's exactly what you're looking for.
That'll go as a loss of 5. They go play action here on 1st down. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
On 2nd down, it's Williams. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. To the tight end and complete. It's Sternberger over the middle. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. And, you know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, you know, just what they're going through, whether it's seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
They'll run on 1st down. It's McBride, and he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
42 the mic, boy, 42 the mic.
To throw on 2nd down. Fowler. Throw right side, going to be caught by Seals-Jones. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 6 catches, 120 yards even. On 1st and 10, Fowler.
Having a nice season. Number 8 in the league in receiving yards, and not just making his team happy, but anyone who's picked him in fantasy football.
18 yards on that one, and the Bengals are moving. First down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. We're scoreless after one. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Bengals in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Throwing on first down. Fowler. That's caught over the middle by Seals-Jones. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
X3, 218, just 2.
On first down, Fowler. That is caught right at the 10-yard line.
Holding offense.
Now that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll make it 2nd and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. Flushed out right. That's caught by his tight end, Uzomah. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Break. Go team, spill. He's coming, he's coming, he's coming.
On first down, McBride. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
6 on the left. 5.
On 2nd down now. It's McBride. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. From the gun on 3rd down. Fowler toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. That has to feel like a very unsatisfying drive, right? You move the ball all that way, and then you can't convert on 3rd down.
But it was satisfying up until that point. Almost like a great movie, and then the film cuts out before the big ending.
They'll run it with Coleman, and he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Tevin Coleman, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are on the board first here tonight. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay. I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
Well, you know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's 2 different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers, and this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Rodgers. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. So here are the Bengals set to take over. They are working on that very impressive 9-game win streak, looking to get it to 10 as they've got the lead here, 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. It's McBride. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
First play of the drive. Let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking. But the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple.
Hey, wahoo!
2nd and 2. Got this complete to the rookie out of UMass, Andy Isabella. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 16 yards, a 1st down.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
On 2nd down, it's McBride, and he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. 39 yards there, a big one. They've been practicing goal line offense all week. Let's see if they're able to capitalize here. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Ricky Seals-Jones, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know, they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does.
And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
He gets this to Devontae Adams. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
Push him back. Push him back.
On 3rd down, here's Williams. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line.
Let's go.
Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Making the catch is Sternberger. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Rodgers in control as he hurries his guys to the line. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. The Packers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football, and the Bengals grab it, and his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Well, there's times when you see these catches that are made, and we just know the guys playing it are really wishing for college rules. Only need that one foot down instead of two. It's awfully difficult on the sideline, isn't it?
Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
And a penalty marker's down on the field. And they might be backing up a bit here to start the drive. Now, this is going to put them back with not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Defense.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'm going to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now a handoff here to his running back. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's McBride. And he'll go down at the 28. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. On 1st and 10, Fowler. That's Isabella open on the right side. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down.
60 outlaw, X3, 218, chopper.
On first down, McBride able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13. And the offense moving quickly to the line. They'll keep it on the ground. It's McBride. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 11 yards there, first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. It's Coleman here. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Back at the 5-yard line now. 2nd and goal.
Hey, echo.
2nd and 5. The quick slant caught. They get only a yard there. Now it's 3rd and goal.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Ball gets tipped in the air. Because if that happens, then it's fair game.
He's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Ricky Seals-Jones, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. You know, the man on our cover, John Madden, so synonymous with these Thanksgiving Day games. He was on TV for these from, I think, 81 to 01, giving out the Turkey Leg Award and turducken he always talked about. Special when you got a guy going off like this. I think he would be a good recipient of the Turkey Leg Award.
Well, he's definitely already worked on that leg. Is it possible he could end up getting the whole turkey?
Yeah, give him a thigh,
or the
too.
whole turducken. And it's really great that you mentioned it.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They run it again with Williams. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Another drive comes and goes, still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
Now here's Ross. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
15 yards on the play, 1st down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. A nice burst there as they'll get about 7 that time on the 1st down run. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been
And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Breshad Perriman, his 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys continue to pour it on. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Williams. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Now a play fake. Rodgers under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
Now the offensive film section tomorrow may be... And he's going to go down again.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
They just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. Ross on the return. You call that an even 50 yards on the punt with 7 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
90 Wolf. 22 Jet Bomber. 22 Jet Bomber. Get it.
They'll run on first down. McBride. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line.
It's a gain of 6. First down, Bengals.
Let's go.
We are headed to the 4th here on Thanksgiving night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Ready? 50. Plant. 42. Smooth. Defense. Deep grip. Deep grip.
Off play action. Fowler. Flush to his right. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Isabella. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant. Looking to throw. Fowler. That ball complete to Isabella. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. A gain of 6 there on first.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yards.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Now they get a fourth quarter pick, a little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They'll run it with Williams. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on 3rd down. Again, it's Williams. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
So many things go into making a good play on defense. In this situation, just not being blown out of the way was a big start, and then a nice tackle to finish things off.
And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remote's clicking off right now. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
I'm here all day. Check it out.
From the gun, Fowler eluding the pressure right. Will find his receiver. It's Cody Core. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Throwing again. Fowler. Throw right side to Perriman, and it's caught. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
Preston Smith there on the stop.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Take 4, take 4. Big rip.
Looking to throw on second down. Fowler. It's caught by Coleman. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
60 outlaw.
First down, Bengals.
Ready.
Off the play fake. Fowler. Rush coming, and he's taken down. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack.
Tremendous read and reaction by the defensive tackle. And frankly, partner, it's not that often the DTs have that type of easy access back to the quarterback. Never bought the play action fade.
Back to throw. Fowler. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 13-yard line.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Looking to throw. Fowler. Escaping the pressure right. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
First down, Cincinnati.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got it first and goal in a game that appears to have already been. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. And we have seen a decline in the numbers. Where does the fault lie? Just him? Maybe the guys up front? Combination?
Well, as you and I both know, it's almost always a collective deal. But in this case, I think maybe the offensive line got a little overconfident. They had blocked so well in the first half, picked up on what the defense was doing. I think we've seen an adjustment now that they have not picked up on, and now they're being a little bit overwhelmed.
Rodgers now on first down. Pass hauled in by the 6'4" tight end Sternberger. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a gain of 16 and a first down for the green and gold. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Quick slant, caught by Moore. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays. Now a man open down the middle of the field. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down. To throw again on second down. Rodgers. This one to the right, caught by Valdez-Scantling. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down. Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. They've got a 1st and 10 from the 10. And he's got it. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Off the draw, here's Williams. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on third down. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, up a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for Cincinnati, they get win number 10 on the year.